Hello, everybody. It's me, Alex Buriak, Senior Vice President over here at Jet Lending. And today I'm going to go over a very key piece of information on if you understand how to leverage debt through hard money. Not only will you be able to really calculate profit margins right, but you actually be able to negotiate better since you know what your financing is going to do, so you can know where you need to be on your out-of-pocket costs and things like that. All right, so I'm going to show you how hard money works so you guys can see the simple math in real time and see how you can negotiate properties when you're leveraging debt to buy distressed assets to either hold for rent or to flip them. Okay, so let me show something for you so you guys can see everything in real time. So you can see this is not crazy. All right, so let's make it bigger. There we go. All right, so let's say you have a deal. All right, and let's say you're trying to really figure out purchase price, but I'm going to show you the math on how purchase price really is the key variable in profit. You make your profits when you buy, not when you sell, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, so let's say you had a purchase price of $200,000. Okay, let's say this property is going to be worth $390,000 fixed up. Let's say the estimated repair budget for that one, let's say it's looking like it's probably banged up. Let's call it 80 grand. Okay. So, and then let's say the taxes, what I'll do is about 390. Well, it's not 390 yet. Call it this year's taxes. Let's put out the as-is value maybe at 240. 240 times 3.5. That's 240 times 3.5%. That's $8,400 a year in taxes. We don't have our insurance yet. Let's say, because hard money, you're going to average anywhere probably around 2.5 to 4 points of origination, depending who you use and stuff like that. Our loans are usually go out the door around 3. Some go lower, some go higher. All right, let's call this around 11.9% because you're floating around 10.5 to about 13.9%. Let's just do the averages. Let's do 11 and 9. We're going to hold that $80,000 in escrow. Why do we hold it in escrow? Your lender holds it in escrow for you to do the work. Inspection goes out, and then reimburse you for completed installed work. Okay, so we're going to hold that in escrow to make sure that you are getting every penny that you need to fix this place up. Okay, so this is how the math works. We can lend up to 70% of the after repaired value. So we're speculating that, hey, this is going to be worth $390 fixed up. I'll lend you 70% of what it will be worth. Okay, that's how this works. That means this is a $273 loan. Okay, total loan $273. But you told us, and we agreed, that it's going to take about $80,000 to fix this property. So I actually take $80,000 out of the loan right here, and I hold it in escrow. That means I've closed $193. Okay. All right, here. Somebody messed up the equation, equals total loan times origination. There we go. So your origination fees with a lender is going to be off the total loan. So that's 3% of 273. Your origination fee is about $8,190. There's always a legal doc fee no matter how you use it. You have to pay attorneys to draw docs and close a title. We estimate for you title fees. This is not a jet fee, but you have to understand there's outside fees when you're closing loans. Title fees, let's say that you paid for appraisal, you had to buy a survey. Let's say the seller says you buy the survey, whatever you negotiated, there's going to be some out-of-pocket costs in the interim until you close. Okay, but the title fees is when you close. So let's say titles charge you about a 1.5%. Depending on your title company, that may be accurate, that may be too much, that may be too little. Okay, but let's say we estimate about 1.5%. Processing fees $1,150. So it means your total closing costs, including title, about $13,810. Okay, so that tells me that you're going to be out of pocket about $20,000 at closing. Why is that? All right. Well, I'm lending $193 at closing, and you bought it for $200,000 at closing. Okay, so that you have to come up with that $7,000 plus your closing costs. So let me show you why purchase price matters. Okay, if you were to buy this for $193, what I'm funding, you're out of pocket your closing costs. Okay. So that's when people tell you like, oh, buy it 70% minus repairs at closing for your top purchase price number. That equates to about a 15% return on investment. Okay. That gets you, you're just coming out of pocket closing costs. But if I buy it for about $15,000 lower, so that is, let's call it 187, that gives you 7,000. Well, that wasn't 15,000. Let's go 175. You can see this is negative now. This is everything, every dollar you buy it below what I'm funding. So if you do 70% minus your repairs, you get that number. That that is your top purchase price, but you're coming out of pocket your closing costs. A good rule of thumb in hard money, if you buy it 65% minus repairs, you're zero or pretty close to $0 out of pocket at closing. Okay. So that is why it's important to understand the math of your lender. So you can not only calculate out of pocket costs, but you can also calculate profit margins. Okay. So what do I mean by that? So let's go back to the $200,000 purchase price. Okay. When you do your deals, okay, you got to pay yourself back all your costs. So right now you had a 273 loan amount that you have to pay back. Okay. And remember, we said this was going to be worth 390 if we sold it. So if we sold it for 390, right now, like, oh, I'm making 90 grand. Okay. But you have to make sure you pay yourself back everything you've put out. A good rule of thumb is to do a 5-month and a 9-month profit estimate on when you sell it. Because the rehab's so big, I'm going to do 9 months. So let's say it took you 9 months to get out of the loan. You had to pay for utilities every month. You got guys in there cutting wood, making things up and things like that. So if you have to pay yourself back, call it $200 a month, but you have to pay yourself back. All right. You're most likely you're going to use an agent to sell it. Call it 6%. You got to pay yourself back that 6%. So if you had to pay $3,407 every month times 9, you got to pay yourself back money. If you went out of pocket 20 grand at closing, you got to pay yourself back that 20 grand. Let's say there was an HOA fee and you weren't going to do a seller's contribution. Would you spend $20,000 at closing to net $34,000 in 9 months? Sometimes the answer is yes. Sometimes the answer is no. So let me show you the power of understanding the leverage of math on profit margins. If you then bought this for 175, same numbers, but you just decreased your purchase price, you decreased your initial investment risk, you're making almost $60,000. Okay. So that's why you understand how your lender leverages, so you can come up with your purchase price, because you can't change any of the other variables. You can't change what it's going to be worth after you fix it. Market dictates that. You can't change what it's going to be cost to fix it. Labor and market change that too. The only thing you can change is purchase price. Okay. The purchase price is going to drive your profit estimates. Okay. So I hope that made sense. And I hope that helps when you're going to negotiate on how hard money really works. Because a lot of times we'll get people call us and say, oh, well, if you lend 70% of ARV, so I'm coming down 30%. No, it's based off the projected after repaired value minus repairs. So if you got a seller at the kitchen table and you got to make a decision now, you can do quick math. You can do, okay, I think it's going to be worth, 400,000. 70% of 400,000 is times 70% is 280. I got to do, let's say I got to do $70,000 worth of work minus 70. All right, I can't go over 210. All right, so you already know that number. So understanding how your lender is lending to you helps you negotiate your purchase price to project profit margins to see if you can stay in business and buy more inventory. Okay, so I hope this helps. We're here if you have any questions or concerns. We do free property analysis. So you send over a property, we'll comp it out and tell you what we think before, like you order appraisals and things like that. We've done over 5,000 loans. Most likely we've done a loan in your area or have one on the books today and let you know what's going on in the market. You get your pre-approvals done the same day. You get a dedicated team and staff to really help scale your business. That's why people really come to Jet Lending, is that we're not just there to give you money. We're actually there to scale your business. Okay, so we're going to really help you kind of project everything, so you can see, is this risk that I'm taking worth the risk, worth the profit, worth all this? So again, I hope this helps. Go to our website, go to our educational page. We've got about 110 educational videos just like this, even how to negotiate, how to write contracts, what to do after you close, all those things. Okay, so we just like to be really, really helpful in education. And I hope you guys take this math and buy things that are going to really help you make your profits and make you money. If you need money, come to Jet Lending, jetlending.com. Call us, text us, email us, whatever you need. You see the banner at the bottom. You can chat us up on social media, on our website, whatever you need. Okay, we're going to here to make it easy for you. Again, take this math, use it wisely, and become very profitable. We'll see you later.